Have you ever gazed at the stars and wondered if we're alone in the universe? What if the answer has been right under our noses, hidden by those we trust to protect us? Imagine a world where our skies aren't just filled with commercial jets and satellites, but also with unidentified flying objects, or UFOs. A world where these sightings aren't just figments of overactive imaginations, but tangible proof of extraterrestrial life. Now, what if I told you that in this world, the truth has been systematically silenced for over 75 years? Intriguing, isn't it? And this is not a plot of a sci-fi movie, but claims made by military personnel, pilots, scientists, and other credible witnesses. Yet these testimonies are often dismissed, obfuscated, and debunked by the very agencies meant to safeguard our security. Buckle up as we embark on an eye-opening journey through time and space, a journey that might just change the way you see the world. The UFO phenomenon is not a modern fancy. It has roots reaching back much further than you might think. This is not a tale woven from the threads of recent science fiction, but a narrative stretching back through the annals of history. The earliest recorded UFO sightings, from ancient Roman chronicles to medieval manuscripts, speak of mysterious objects in the sky that defied explanation. Imagine a time when the sky was not crisscrossed by the contrails of airplanes, nor satellites winking down from the heavens. It was in these unblemished skies that strange and unexplainable phenomena were first reported. Pilots of World War II aircraft spoke of Foo Fighters, balls of light that followed their planes, darting with impossible speed and agility. Later, in the mid-20th century, as commercial aviation took off, so did the number of sightings. Pilots, air traffic controllers, and passengers began to report seeing objects that were not just unexplained, but seemed to defy the known laws of physics. These were not just lights in the sky, but objects that accelerated at impossible speeds, stopped on a dime, and shot off into the distance faster than the eye could follow. Even scientists, the very people we trust to explain the inexplicable, have reported sightings. From the famous physicist Enrico Fermi, who mused on the paradox of the high probability of extraterrestrial life and the lack of contact, to modern astronomers who observe inexplicable phenomena in the cosmos. What's striking about these early accounts is not just their number, but the credibility of the witnesses. These were not wild-eyed dreamers, but trained observers, people of science, military, and aviation professionals. Yet, in the face of these compelling reports, the authorities' response was consistent: dismissal, denial, debunking. Even as the sightings grew in frequency and credibility, the official narrative remained the same: there's nothing to see here. But the people knew otherwise. They had seen with their own eyes, experienced what couldn't be explained away. And so the story of UFOs began to take shape, not in the hallowed halls of science or the secretive rooms of government, but in the minds and hearts of ordinary people. As the sightings grew in number and credibility, so did the efforts to keep them under wraps. Some events stand out, refusing to be swept under the carpet of forgotten history. In the heart of New Mexico, back in 1947, something crashed near Roswell. It wasn't just a weather balloon, as the Air Force would have us believe. Witnesses reported odd debris, unlike anything they had ever seen, scattered across the desert. Metallic fragments that could neither be burned nor broken, and a strange hieroglyphic-like script etched onto the wreckage. Yet, when the public sought answers, they were met with silence and a hastily replaced news headline about a weather balloon. Over the pond, in the icy December of 1980, in the midst of the Rendlesham Forest in England, something else refused to be forgotten. The United States Air Force personnel stationed nearby reported seeing strange lights descending into the forest. Soldiers who ventured into the woods found a craft of unknown origin and even touched it. They reported strange hieroglyphic markings similar to those seen at Roswell. Yet again, the official explanation was underwhelming: a lighthouse mistaken for a UFO. Fast forward to March 13, 1997, the Phoenix Lights incident. Thousands of Arizona residents watched in awe as a massive boomerang-shaped craft, larger than a football field, glided silently over the city and then vanished. The Air Force's explanation? Flares. But those who saw it know it was more than mere flares. In each of these incidents, physical evidence was recovered, Witnesses gave their accounts, and yet the official explanations were always lacking. The evidence was never fully disclosed, and those who dared to question were met with ridicule or silence. From the deserts of Roswell to the forests of Rendlesham, from the skies over Phoenix to countless other locations around the world, the story remains the same. Sightings, evidence, and then silence. But as we delve deeper, we start to see a pattern, a calculated effort to keep the truth hidden. The pattern is clear: sightings, evidence, and then silence. But who pulls the strings of this grand puppet show of denial and dismissal? This is where we delve into the labyrinth of the government's machinations, a journey through the corridors of power, where shadows cast longer than the truth. In the heart of this enigma, we find agencies like the CIA, the FBI, the NSA, and the Air Force playing pivotal roles in this grand charade. These entities, supposed guardians of national security, have been implicated time and again in the suppression of evidence and the debunking of UFO encounters. Through schemes like Project Blue Book, they've managed to dismiss even the most substantiated cases, casting a veil of deception over the public's eyes. But it's not just the agencies, it's the people within them. There are those who've dared to step forward, former officials, politicians, intelligence operatives, who've risked it all to reveal the truth. These brave souls have spilled the secrets of the veil, confirming the existence of a cover-up. They've spoken of evidence, testimonies, photos, videos, all kept classified, all hidden away from public scrutiny. These insiders, they paint a picture of a systemic, coordinated effort to keep the truth buried. They tell tales of an intricate web of deception, woven with threads of disinformation and denial. They speak of a concerted campaign to manipulate public perception, keeping us all in the dark. Their testimonies are a chilling reminder of the lengths to which these agencies will go to protect their secrets. They reveal a disturbing truth. The suppression of UFO evidence is not an anomaly, but a standard operating procedure. It's not a mistake, but a method. It's not an exception, but the rule. And so we're left with a sobering reality. This isn't just about UFOs and aliens. It's about truth and transparency, about power and control. It's about a government that chooses to deceive rather than disclose, to obscure rather than enlighten. The question is not whether there is a cover-up, but how deep it goes. How far are they willing to go to keep us from knowing? How much longer can they maintain this charade? Only time will tell. But one thing is certain: the truth, however inconvenient, cannot be suppressed forever. Why would the government hide the truth about extraterrestrial life from us? A question that has been echoing in the minds of many for decades. Let's delve deep into the labyrinth of possibilities. One of the most common theories suggests that the government is trying to avoid public panic. Imagine the chaos that would ensue if the masses were told that not only do aliens exist, but they have been visiting us for years. The societal structures we've built over centuries could crumble in an instant. But the motives might not be as altruistic as preventing mass hysteria. Some speculate that the government is keeping alien technology under wraps for military advantage. Harnessing otherworldly technology could give a nation an unparalleled edge in warfare. Just think about it. Spacecraft that can defy our understanding of physics, weapons that can obliterate enemies in the blink of an eye, and who knows what else. Then there's the theory about protecting corporate and elite interests. If extraterrestrial beings have technology that could revolutionize energy production or medical science, it could topple the industries that profit from our current limitations. The fossil fuel industry, pharmaceutical companies, and other pillars of the economy could be rendered obsolete overnight. Moreover, there's always the possibility of a combination of these motives or even reasons we haven't yet fathomed. It's important to consider that the people behind the masks are human, just like us. They're prone to the same fears, biases, and ambitions that we all have. In the end, it all boils down to power and control. Knowledge is power, and who controls that knowledge controls the narrative. And the narrative, in this case, might be the most significant and impactful one in human history. The truth is a prized possession, and perhaps we are not deemed worthy of such a treasure. But as we peel back the layers of this grand conspiracy, one thing becomes clear. The truth is out there, and it's only a matter of time before it comes to light. But no secret can remain hidden forever. The recent release of UFO footage by the Pentagon stands as a stark contradiction to years of official narratives. These videos, bearing witness to unexplained aerial phenomena, are a testament to the growing cracks in the once impenetrable wall of secrecy. Alongside these revelations, a surge of emerging evidence is making the cover-up increasingly difficult to sustain. From the inexplicable radio signals echoing from far-flung galaxies to the unaccounted-for aerial objects that continue to invade our skies, the evidence is mounting. More and more, the truth is seeping through the tightly woven tapestry of deception. Each new piece of evidence, each new sighting, tugs at the threads of this carefully constructed narrative, pulling it further and further apart. As the threads of deceit unravel, we are left to question, what is the truth about UFOs and alien life?